Good evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here's the breaking news. China will use cyber attacks in a war with India. It calls for developing a robust counter-offensive cyber strategy to protect civilian and military infrastructure. In one of the biggest hackings of the United States military, Chinese hackers infiltrated the computer networks in the closest American territory to mainland China in May 2023. Located around 4,700 kilometers from China, Guam is an island in the Western Pacific housing 20,000 US military personnel at the naval base and the Anderson Air Force Base. Earlier, American long-range bombers B-52, Stratofortress, B-1 Lancers and B-2 Spirit were stationed there for 16 years till 2020 to deter adversaries like China and North Korea. Since 2023, both China and the US have been increasingly focusing on Guam, which is expected to play a critical role in countering China in a war against Taiwan or in the Indo-Pacific. In January 2023, the United States Marine Corps officially set up Clamblach, its first new base on Guam in 70 years, to host 5,000 personnel. Within 4 months, Chinese government-sponsored hacking group Volt Typhoon used stealthy malware to attack unnamed critical infrastructure including communications, maritime, manufacturing, utility, transportation and construction. On the Guam basis, Microsoft reported. Applying Sun's doctrine of all warfare is based on deception, China broke into American servers undetected to hibernate and strike on its command, control, communications and computers. C4, that's called to disrupt communication infrastructures between the US and Asia during future crises like a war with Taiwan. With the primary aim of sabotaging American military communications and stealing classified information, especially in the Indo-Pacific, China is increasingly adopting C4 and intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance C4 ISR network technologies. Though the US Department of Defense and the FBI disabled the Chinese network, the hacking exposed the American military's vulnerability in cyberspace to China. Considering the sprawling Guam cyber attacks, America was alarmed. FBI Director Christopher Wray warned the House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party on January 31st that hackers are preparing to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to America. There has been far too little public focus on the fact that PRC are targeting our critical infrastructure, our water treatment plants, our electrical grid, our oil and natural gas pipelines and our transportation systems, he said. Committee Chairman Mike Gallagher, the GOP representative from Wisconsin, warned this is the cyberspace equivalent of placing bombs on American bridges, water treatment facilities and power plants. The sole purpose is to be ready to destroy American infrastructure, which would inevitably result in chaos, confusion and potentially mass casualties. According to a survey by the American bipartisan think tank Center for Strategic and International Studies, 46% of the 224 reports of Chinese spying directed at the US from 2000 to March 2023 involved cyber espionage by state-affiliated actors. Beyond the report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, Bharat.